Hi, this is Forrest. Welcome back to Astrology 101, 8 weeks to astro-literacy. And this is the video recap for session 4. So let's get right into it. In session 4, we took one last quick tour through the signs just to really nail them down. And this time we placed them back in their order and we placed emphasis on the elements and the modes. The first 4 signs are personal, so they're occurring within and relating to the individual. Starting with Aries. Aries is a fire sign, so we're dealing with will and energy. It's a cardinal sign, so it's catalyzing and initiating. The key word that I've chosen for Aries is ignite. When we feel ourselves propelled into action, or we propel something into action by our own power, we're Ariesing. The next sign is Taurus. It's an earth sign, so we're dealing with the material and the physical plane. It's a fixed sign, so it's stabilizing and maintaining. The key word that I've chosen is manifest. When we are present within our bodies or we access something on the material plane, we're Taurusing. Gemini. Air sign. Mental and intellectual. Mutable, meaning that it's changing and transmuting. The keyword that I've chosen is observe. When we access data via the senses or transmit data via communication, we're Geminiing. Next up is Cancer. Water sign, so it's emotional and intuitive. It's cardinal again, so it's catalyzing and initiating. And the key word that I've chosen is care. When we experience emotions and subjective personal responses, we are Cancering. Now, the next 4 signs are interpersonal, meaning that they occur in direct connection with others. Leo. We're back to the fire signs, so we're dealing with will and energy again, just like we did with Aries, but this time it's in a fixed, stabilizing, or maintaining way. The key word that I've chosen for Leo is emit. When we embody the energy that motivates us and an identity emerges from that, we're Leoing. Next up is Virgo. This is an earth sign, so we're back to the material and the physical plane. This one's a mutable earth sign, so we're changing and transmuting. The key word I've chosen is sustain. When we engage in the deliberate maintenance of our well-being and the well-being of others, we're Virgoing. Libra is next, and that's an air sign. We're back to the mental and intellectual function, this time in a cardinal way, catalyzing and initiating. The key word that I've chosen is discuss. When we engage in communication for the purpose of reaching accord and agreement, we're Libraing. Water sign, emotional intuitive, Scorpio. Fixed, stabilizing and maintaining. Key word that I've chosen, desire. When we cultivate passionate emotional bonds, intimacy, trust, and interdependence, we're Scorpioing. Now the final 4 signs are transpersonal, meaning that they occur in relation to a larger community or all of humanity. Back to the fire signs, this time with Sagittarius. So we're dealing with the will and energy again, but this time in a changing and transmuting or mutable mode. The key word that I've chosen is illuminate. When we seek new perspectives through new experience in the interest of enlightenment, we're Sagittariusing. Next up is Capricorn, earth sign, material and physical plane again. Cardinal, catalyzing and initiating. The key word that I've chosen is distribute. When we provide for others and act responsibly in the practical interest of the greater good, we're Capricorning. Next up is Aquarius, air sign, mental and intellectual. It is a fixed sign, stabilizing and maintaining. And the key word that I've selected is innovate. When we advocate objectivity and freedom in the interest of evolution, we're Aquariusing. Finally, Pisces. Back to the water signs, so it's emotional and intuitive. This one's mutable, changing and transmuting. And the key word that I've chosen is love. When we are unconditional in our acceptance of all that is, in the interest of universal connection, we're Piscesing. That's all the signs. So now that we have them nailed down, let's go to the next layer of astrological language, and that is the houses. As a reminder, the planets that we learned about are the what. They're the active human function. And the signs are the why and the how. They are the motivations and the strategies. The houses, they provide context. They're the where, the areas of ourselves and our circumstances in which we see these evolutionary functions really playing out. Each house has an internal experience and an external expression, and each one is traditionally associated with one of the signs that we already know. So let's get right into them. First house, your persona. On the inside, you're going to experience that as a sense of self and identity. On the outside, people will experience that as your personality and your mannerisms, the initial impression that we make. And traditionally, that's ruled by Aries. Next up is your second house. This is where you keep your assets and personal resources. On the inside, you experience that as your value system and your sense of self-worth. On the outside, it's your money, it's your possessions, your marketable skills, your talents. Traditionally, that's ruled by Taurus. Third house, your data collection and transmission center. On the inside, that's your consciousness, your perception, your perspective, and the way that you process data. On the outside, it's your literacy, your eloquence, your receptivity to new information, and your relationship to your siblings. Traditionally, this is ruled by Gemini. Fourth house is the house of home. Inside, you experience that as subjectivity, the experience of safety and nurturing, your emotional foundations. On the outside, it's your literal home, your place of residence. It's also your early childhood experience and your relationship to your parents. Traditionally, this is ruled by Cancer. Your fifth house, house of play. Inside, this is joy, creativity, youthfulness, and pleasure. On the outside, it's how you authentically express yourself, your artistry, your sense of humor, and your charisma. Traditionally, this is ruled by Leo. Sixth house, work. On the inside, it's the state of your health and your well-being, and the need to feel useful and productive. On the outside, it's your job, or school, or whatever your daily maintenance routine may be, and where you invest and hone your skills and your talents. Traditionally, this is ruled by Virgo. Seventh house, partnerships. Inside, it's your emotional receptivity and your desire for connection, empathy, attraction. Outside, it's the condition of your interpersonal relationships and your friendships, your partnerships, and even your social skills. This is traditionally ruled by Libra. Eighth house, intimacy. On the inside, it's your mating instinct. It's where you keep trust and distrust. It's passionate desire and sexuality. On the outside, it is the current state of your intimate relationships, your shared resources, your alliances, and how you fulfill or break your commitments. Traditionally, this is ruled by Scorpio. Next is your ninth house, philosophy. Inside, it's your personal worldview, your ideology, principles, philosophical curiosity. On the outside, it's higher education, long-distance travel, anthropology, and for some people, religion. It's traditionally ruled by Sagittarius. 10th house, your calling. On the inside, it's a sense of greater purpose, your responsibility, your destiny, and the desire to make an impact on society. On the outside, it's your career, your parenting skills, your leadership roles, the infrastructure, and your personal professionalism. This is traditionally ruled by Capricorn. Next is your 11th house, your house of culture. This is traditionally ruled by Aquarius. On the inside, it's a sense of belonging or alienation. It's a vision of the future. On the outside, it's the community with whom you might share that vision of the future, a larger group with which you identify. 12th house, transcendence. On the inside, it's an intuitive awareness of life's impermanence, the ability to let go. Outside, it's where things fall apart. Blurred distinctions and dissolving structures, returning everything that was once distinct back into a unified whole. Traditionally, this is ruled by Pisces. And that is your first trip through the houses. So you are all caught up and you're ready for session 5, which will be this coming Sunday on September 29th at 2 p.m. at the Green Man Store in North Hollywood, California. For more information, please call 818-985-2010. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great week.